You are watching the Midtable and Up podcast highlights. Please put your foot through that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, as well as Spotify and the podcasts app. I have gone for a choice that I do think basically really depends on whether you're a twat or not, but this might trigger some people. I have gone with number 7 for me, Alex Scott. I think in terms of what she's doing right now, or what she has been doing for the last couple of years, it's almost revolutionised punditry, to that in that kind of sense. I know that Sky for a while have always had like women reporters, and you think of like Bianca Westwood and some of their presenters and stuff like that.
She is annoying. I've met her. She is annoying.
You've met Bianca Westwood?
Yeah, she was at Ipswich quite a lot when I've been there.
I imagine she was. So why was she annoying?
She just thought the world revolved around her, like getting all the staff to do stuff for her. Like, it's like I can't be asked with that. Like Tony Cottee's there. He's like a proper legend of the game. Like, yeah, you wouldn't even notice. He just kind of sits in the corner, keeps himself to himself. She turns in and she's like being all loud.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Oh, a bit of gossip. But yeah, no, Alex Scott.
She's very good.
Yeah, no, this is the thing. Because when she's on Sky Sports, especially doing the punditry, more often than not, she's the most articulate person in the room. And not only is she articulate, but she also knows football. She probably knows the squads and she probably knows the positions better than, again, the other people that are with her.
You see her next to Jamie Redknapp and you're like, oh dear, Jamie.
The thing I would say, George, is she's my number 4.
Oh really? I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
I'm gonna be honest. She's got a really unique perspective on the game because she's not been involved in the men's side of it, but she's seen so much of it as a spectator. And obviously, she had I don't know. I'm going to be honest.
Fantastic career. You look at it.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about her career. I'm not going to pretend.
She's probably one of the main drivers of women football, I would say. Her and who was the other one? Kelly Smith in this country were the first kind of women footballers who anyone had actually heard of.
No, I agree, and I think, to be fair, as you said, Kelly Smith, that was the other person that really sort of sprung to mind. They've really kind of opened the door for female pundits in general in the modern game, at least in terms of the men's game, I should say, which I think is great. And as I said, it just really annoys me because every time that Alex Scott is on anything now, I think she was doing like comic relief the other day.
Well, yeah, every time she's on TV, her name is trending, like every time.
And they're like, oh, Alex Scott.
And it is bad.
Yeah, every single time. And it really, as I said, it really does my head in because it's a little bit like, well, not only does she know her stuff, but as I said, she's probably more articulate than...
I mean, she has to be twice as good as everyone else on there to be able to be on there. That seems to be like the whole thing.
Bullshit, but no,
like they hold her to a much different standard. It's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No.
100%. And, I'm not saying that these people are bad pundits or whatever. I actually quite like Jamie Redknapp as a TV personality. But as you said, realistically, when you sit there and think about it, who's more likely to be giving you probably a better footballing insight, especially in 2020? Is it going to be Alex Scott or is it going to be Jamie Redknapp? And as I said, that doesn't mean that I think that Jamie Redknapp's a bad pundit, not at all. As you said, Alex Scott basically has to be twice as good as the people that she's with, and even then you still get people that just go, oh well, she only played at women's level, so she's not got the right to be on this TV programme. I should be on there more than she should because I won the treble on FIFA.
You got my voice from the first episode, mate.
Oh, that was what it was. That was what I channeled.
I completely agree. And I think it's also a massive shout that she's also a great representation of women in football, which is probably something that when she was growing up, I can't say for definite because she's older than me, but I'm sure if football was looked at, I doubt there was much representation in mainstream media of women in the sport, which is just great for girls in the game.
Yeah, no, I really only think in the last 5 years, and even then it's still not accepted fully within the UK. I really only think within the last 5 years people have really looked at women's football or women playing football at any level as a viable thing for women to do. And I feel like Alex Scott has really been at the forefront of changing that, and that's partly why just you know, we talked about, say, like, you know, going on a nights out and having a bit of laugh with people, but she would be a dream guest to have for me, just because we'd be able to sit down with her and say, you know, how did this affect you, and how much has it changed since you've been doing what you've been doing, which, you know, in my opinion, it's changed a lot, and for the better, really, because as you said, you know, it's not just Alex Scott, Eniola Aluka as well is another one who, when she's on telly, you do almost feel like that she knows more than what her counterparts do, and you feel like she almost has to know more, because if she doesn't, people are going to sit there and go, oh, well, you shouldn't be on here because you didn't play at this level, which you know, it's ridiculous. But so as I said, I think Alex Scott has really been at the forefront of changing that, and you know, if she keeps up this level of punditry that she currently gives when she's on telly, long may it continue, in my mind. So I think Alex Scott would be a great guest. So that was my number 7.
That's the final whistle. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Midtable and Up podcast. If you enjoy our top 10 lists, please make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Let us know what you would have done differently. If you watch this episode on YouTube, make sure to put your foot through that subscribe button and leave a like on the video, as well as follow us on Spotify, the podcast app, to keep up to date with the series. Thank you very much. See you next time.